सोते हुए। ओके। Okay, that's fine, no problem. So let's not uh, waste the time and let me share my screen. So today we are going to talk about cloud. So what is cloud and why AWS and how many types of clouds, and also in the cloud essential. See, the essential means, okay, before I continue, can you please everyone go on mute if you're not talking? If you have any queries, you can ask me anytime. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So, AWS cloud, not only sorry AWS, it's about cloud. So, why the cloud is important? Why cloud become more popular? And like, what are the benefits of the cloud? How the cloud look like? So these all things we will covered into the essentials. So this is something like every network engineer or anyone who know the network, you will understand it very better. So this is, you already know that. Okay, so now data center. So see, if you remember now, you guys know about the data center, right? So you know that data center is nothing but one of the place, right, where you kept all your your database, your servers, your switches, your router, your firewall, all your equipments, network equipments will be kept into data center. And as we know, in the data center, we need to look into the rack requirement, number of devices per rack. Also, we need to look into the cabling part, right? So data center is nothing but a purely L1 connectivity, right? Where copper cable, you are aware about the copper cable, you are aware about the fiber cable, then redundant power supply. Why we need redundant power supply? Because if the power goes down, all the network devices will be down, right? So you need to have another backup power supply, right? Always you need to think about the 5 years scalability, right? Like today, your employees are around 1,000 employees. After 5 years, you may be 1,500. So you need to scalable that next 5 years, your network should support next 5 years connectivity and all. Then also structure cabling, all the data center should be very structured, only with the fire and safety arrangement, only authorized people will go and all. So see, data center is nothing but you generally we manage, right? Every organization, if suppose you have some 10 floors, so there will be one on one of the floor, there is a separate data center will be available, right? And that is managed by own organization. Like if suppose I have a company, so I will manage my data center. So I'm responsible for all data center equipments, power, redundancy, everything I manage, right? So data center is something we know that it's a backbone of any company, any organization, right? So in data center, what we kept in the data center? No doubt, we have a rack, we have cables, we have other stuffs connected L1 connectivity. Plus, we will have a servers there in the data center, right? We'll have a Microsoft server, we'll have a Linux server. So these are some server types like domain controller, Active Directory server, DNS server, DSCP, DNS, syslog, SNMP, AAA, VM servers. So many servers will be there. In data center, we will be seeing switches where L2 switches, L3 switches, all the users will connect there, right? Similarly, you will have a you will see the routers there, right? Like uh, routers, and you will find all the ISP connectivity, internet connectivity, also WAN connectivity. Your multiple branch offices will connected. So all network devices will be in the data center. Okay. So if you remember, like why we need to maintain the data center, because we need to run our organization, right? We need to store whatever our employees or whatever um, like our designing and everything need to be stored in organization itself, within a server itself, right? So that's why we kept data center. Okay, so now with this, considering this point, like data center, last two slide we just saw about a recap about the data center. So now considering that point, so let's go the history of the cloud. So what is the history of the cloud? So it started in actually 1960, okay, where the virtualization came in 1970, and then in 1997 the cloud computing is defined by Raymond Chelappa, and then in 2006, Amazon they launches Elastic Compute EC2 and the simple storage. What is this? We will see in few minutes. So they started, and day by day, this area like cloud is getting improved day by day. So this slide is still only 2014, but we are in 2023 now, right? So now you can see how much the market grow of the cloud, right? So now, before understanding the cloud, so okay, before going further, so let's have a look on the cloud. What is mean by cloud? So if you look at this image in the right side, so cloud is simple, like it's a cloud, badal, right? Where you will find, if you go look at the sky, you will find the cloud there. That's the cloud? No, that is not a cloud. So it like it look like a cloud. So cloud means something which is not in your hand. Okay, cloud is something, it's nothing but the data centers. Okay, so what is a data center? So what is a cloud computing? Cloud computing means storing and accessing data and programs over the internet instead of your computer's hardware. Can you see this? Accessing, storing, accessing data and programs over the internet instead of your computer hardware. We can create, configure, customize application online. With cloud computing, users can access cloud resources from anywhere in the world. You just need to access the internet. Cloud computing is the both combination of the software and hardware based computing resources. Don't need to worry about the maintenance of your resources. So cloud computing is something like it's available everywhere, right? So if you have a cloud computing, so your data, you no need to maintain the data centers. You no need to maintain the data center. Amazon, Azure, Microsoft Azure, and Google, these are the few cloud providers. So they have already their own data centers. Okay, in from their data center, you just need to host your applications there. You can store your data into their data center, and you need to give the rent. So that's the cloud. It's cloud means it's not like a cloud which you are seeing here. Cloud is nothing but then in the back end there will be data center, and you can see all connectivity to the world. Okay, so cloud is available into four types: public cloud, private cloud, hybrid, and community cloud. So what is meant by public cloud? So public cloud is something like if suppose I have some applications, and applications means any let's say your Amazon shopping website, right? So which is nothing but a public application. So all of the people throughout the world, they will access the URL, and they will um, do the shopping. So that is called something public. Similarly, there will be private cloud. Private cloud means within organization. Within organization, you may have some portal where your employees they will update their timesheet, they will update their company information and all. So though that will be considered as a cloud, private cloud. Community cloud is it's a special some special cloud, and hybrid cloud is which is more famous nowadays. Every organization they use the hybrid cloud. What is the hybrid cloud is? Okay, so hybrid cloud is nothing but like where you will host a private application, also public application. Like you will have some application privately hosted for your employees. You will have some application publicly hosted for the internet. So this is called a hybrid cloud. Okay, so these are the four types. Then now coming back to service model. So now we understand that cloud is something many organizations they provide the cloud services. So there are three types of services in the cloud. Okay, one is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So what does this mean? So software as a service. Software as a service is one of the business. Platform as a service is one of the business, and infrastructure as a service is one of the business. So
हाँ
please go on mute.
बोलना
Okay, no problem. So now the first type, software as a service. Software as a service, what is the best example is if you look at the Gmail or Dropbox. Okay, so this is a software as a service. So if you look into your Gmail, so do you have any rights to change something there? Like an inbox should go here, this side, or you can customize. No, there is no possibility. Gmail is something already a software is there. Okay, you just need to go and use it. Similarly, Dropbox, you can just go and store your data. That's it. You cannot do any changes in those applications. That is called SaaS, software as a service, right? Gmail, 15 GB data is free. After that, you need to pay, right? Similarly, Dropbox. So some few GBs are free. Then after that, you need to pay, right? So they build something, and they asking you to you can go and store your data, right? So that is one of the example of the cloud, right? So for example, okay, so for example, if I go to my Gmail, so this is one of my yeah, Dropbox. And can you see it? Like I can just store the data, but I don't have rights. I don't have any rights to do some changes here. No, no, I want to make this drive to some another name, or this computers I can make some things. No, you cannot do that, right? You can just use it. So this is one of the, see, when you are using the Google Drive, it means you are using the cloud. What does it mean? It means this storage. Like I put it some my notes here. See CCNA, some PPTs I have a store here. So where I store it this one? Where I store this one? So I store it in the public cloud. So there is a cloud at the Amazon place. Like they have some storage, and I'm storing my data over the internet. So it means I'm using the SaaS application, right? So that is one of the example. Similarly, let's have a look on the PaaS. So platform as a service, what does it mean? Platform as a service is the second type of cloud business where like you will have some rights to do some changes. Like the best example is Oracle database, or some or you can say um, Salesforce. Salesforce is one of the application where you will have some rights. Okay, so it's a pass, but which operating system we will install, and what we can customize the application. So they have given some rights here. Okay, PaaS is platform as a service. SaaS is software as a service. So in the PaaS, we can do something, but not everything. And the third most famous option is infrastructure as a service. So now the word infrastructure, you guys now well aware about what is the infrastructure. Infrastructure is nothing but a data center. So infrastructure means, see, just go back to our first slide where we have all our infrastructure like our racks, our servers, our routers, switches, firewall, access points, wireless, everything in the maintaining in the data center and running the organization. So that is called infrastructure. But can you see if someone give you as a rent infrastructure as a service? So it means they are saying we already have a data centers. We already have a data center. Now you just go and take a rent. Okay, you can use it and pay as you go. It means you just need to pay whatever you used. It is a most flexible type of cloud service which let you rent the hardware content basic building blocks for cloud and IT. It gives complete control over hardware. See, it gives a complete, if you look at the PaaS and SaaS, where you don't have much control, but here you have all the controls like which server, which VM, which network, which operating system you can choose. It's instance computing infrastructure, and IaaS gives you very best level of flexibility. And the example is VM or EC2 storage or networking. So IaaS is one of the big business which is providing the cloud. So this is what the IaaS is. Infrastructure as a service, or you can just say data center on the rent. So you no need to worry about your uh, uh, you don't need to worry about what the power supply. You don't need to worry about the scalability. You need to no need to worry about next 5 years what will happen. No, everything they manage. They have each and everything with a fraction of second. You can go and spin up your servers, your spin up your hardwares. Okay, so infrastructure as a service is the topmost service. Okay, SaaS, PaaS, and the IaaS. Okay, infrastructure as a service. So now let's compare here. Okay, so starting from the SaaS, or let's have a look on on-prem in the left side. On-prem means on-site means you manage. See the blue color you manage, red color service provider manage. So you manage means what? On-site. See, when you are maintaining data center in your own office, it means you manage the application, you manage the data center, you manage the operating system, you manage the servers, you manage the storage, you manage networking. Everything you manage, right? Now coming back to the SaaS. In the SaaS, like Gmail or Dropbox, you cannot manage anything. Everything is managed by the provider. In the PaaS, you manage only the application data, but the rest everything managed by the provider. But in the IaaS is the shared responsibility. What is mean by shared responsibility means they manage the networking, they manage the data center, they manage the storage, servers, and virtualization. But rest everything is you need to manage application, data. Okay, application, data, runtime, the middleware, OS. So these all things you need to manage. Okay, so see, these are the four types you have. On-prem, this is what we learn so far, like cabling, racking, stacking, switches, router, right? Crimping. So these servers, installing Microsoft server, installing Linux server, everything you manage here, right? But can you see the SaaS, PaaS, and the IaaS? So these are the four types where the world is running. Okay, all is your options. Okay, now let's go. So what is the benefit of using the cloud? So the first thing, reduce infrastructure cost. Okay, so you no need to maintain the data center, you no need to maintain the power supply and all, you no need to worry about anything. So it will just, you will reduce the cost. capacity and scalability. Look at the capacity and scalability. See, the scalability is, you can just take an example. Amazon having one service called S3 bucket. S3 bucket means it's like a storage. You can store trillions of data in that, trillions of data. There is no limitation, unlimited storage. Can you see that? Can you do the unlimited storage in your data center, in your offices, in your server? No. 1 TB, 2 TB, 10 TB. After that, you need to again upgrade that. But here, unlimited. Refresh aging infrastructure, support new business opportunity, business continuity, increase collaboration. So with the cloud, what will happen? Save money, save data, and save time with the cloud computing. Can you see this? Money means dollar, data means data, and the time. So this is the big advantage of using a cloud computing. Money, data, and the time. Okay, so who are the leading providers? Okay, so you can see here. So Amazon Web Services, they provide infrastructure as a service. Similarly, Microsoft Azure, they provide cloud computing business. Also, Google Cloud Platform, the Oracle Cloud. Like this, many are there. Okay, and we can't say that who is the best and all, because it's, these are the options available. Okay, and like every organization have their own preferred method to use. So few organizations, they use all three. They use Amazon, they use Azure, they use cloud, Google also. So few organizations, they use Amazon and Azure. Few may use only Azure, few may use only Amazon. So it's up to you. Some few services from here, few services from here, few services from here. That's why they, if they look for a multi-cloud engineer, it means an engineer who know the Amazon, who know the Azure, who know the Google, all these three platform. If he is able to manage, there will be huge packages available for this type of engineer. Okay, so there is as per the Gartner report. See, this is the report of 2021. So as per the Gartner report, and even in 2023, it's also the similar only. So you can see here in the leaders, Amazon, Microsoft, and the Google. These are the three leaders. Okay. Similarly, challenges, I think some more will come here. Then Oracle, and can you see the Alibaba Cloud? So they are visionary. So whoever come, they will come here. Then this block, and whoever the top leaders, they will show as a leader. So these three are the cloud provider, infrastructure as a service provider leaders. Who are those? Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. Okay, so like similarly, if you remember in Cisco, who are the which vendor build Cisco switches and router? Many vendors. IBM, sorry, Juniper, Motorola, and Alcatel, Hawaii, Cisco, right? But who is the best? Who is the leader? You know that better. Similarly, here, look at here, who is the best, who is the leader? So it depends on your requirement. We can't say they all are called competitors. Everyone, maybe after some time, like maybe any of the vendor, if they build some new service and it become more famous, they will become a leader again. So this field is not permanent field. Everything can be changed. Okay, so that's a cloud provider. So cloud computing business. Okay, cloud computing business. So can you see in 2017, 17, it was 145 billion US dollar business. Then 2018, this one 2019, and by 2022, 397 billions US dollars in 2020. This much business was there, and 2023, it must be again for around 450. So can you see how the graph is growing for the cloud? That's why cloud, no doubt, cloud is the future. And every engineer who is working today, and or who is willing to work, they should learn the cloud, not immediately, in the future. But right now, if a college student, if he go and as per my understanding, if he go and try to learn the cloud and try to get the job, so it's very hard to get the job as a fresher in the cloud. That's why the my recommendation is to first see, because see, cloud is nothing but it's the extension of the network. Okay, so my understanding, as per my recommendation, we should have at least 1 year, 1.5 year working experience with the on-prem, where you will come to know what is the data center, what is the servers, how the hardware look like, how the real-time issues of the users, how the storage will be, how the cabling work, how the switches work, how the router. So you must aware about how the application, how the wireless work. You must aware about the application, like a day-to-day environment of the infrastructure. Then after that time, 1.5 year experience, then that will be the correct time you should go and start learning the cloud. Okay, and see, there is no barrier. You can start learning the cloud today itself. Okay, no one will stop you. But look, just learning and increasing the knowledge without getting job, that's zero in my, like my presence. Like from my point of view, there is no mean of just learning. Okay, you must get a job. So that's why I always recommend. See, no doubt, cloud is the future, but whatever you learn throughout this course, that is the fundamentals, that is the base of any organization. So that knowledge is enough to get the job first. First get the job. Next, immediately, if after the job, if you after 6 months, if you ask me, sir, next kya padna hai? So I will say, go for the cloud, learn the cloud, right? So this is your next, after getting job, after getting some experience, this will be your next thing you need to start. Okay. So now, coming back to the AWS web services, like AWS provide many services. Amazon EC2, Lambda, S3 bucket, Direct Connects. These are the services they provide. What is the benefit of AWS? Easy to use, flexible, cost effective, reliable, high performance, secure. Okay. So also the AWS cloud, they provide okay, shared responsibility. So from the security model, so they have a shared responsibility. So what they said, AWS is responsible for security of the cloud. See, if something happen into this cloud, the data center, they are responsible. But inside, if any customer, they open any service open to all, so they are that is, then you're responsible for your own loss. So they said you're responsible for securing your own cloud. So it's a shared model. AWS, they will have their own responsibility, and customer will have their own responsibility. Okay, so job opportunities for the cloud engineer. So in okay, see, in October 22 21, I was just search, and this is the just a Google search. So can you see 28 like crores or something? You can see this much numbers job search. But if you look at today and if you search, so it will be huge. It will be huge, right? So it will be more number you will find here. So a roadmap. Okay, so one more thing, like every vendor, when I say like Cisco, in Cisco give us a certification track. Like we already saw that, like CCNA, CCNP, CCI, and in various branches, like in the routing switching, in security, in data center, in wireless, you can make your career and you can go above. Similarly, AWS, just a second. Okay, sorry. So AWS provide certification path. Like if you want to start, okay, certification is important here. Okay, so let's say when you started, so cloud practitioner, this is the first certification, which covered all the fundamentals of the AWS. Then after that, you can become associate AWS certificate, like associate. Then after that, you can become a professional. And similarly, if you want specialize, you can become AWS advanced networking. You can become AWS data analyst. You can become security analyst, machine learning, database. So like this, they have various branches, right? So certification track is there for Azure. Certification track is there for Google, right? So every cloud, every vendor, when they come up with the technology, so they come up with the certification. So let's say, suppose I'm running my organization, and I have I'm looking for someone who know the cloud very good, who can run the cloud, who has the knowledge and hands-on experience with the cloud. How can I, who will give me that confirmation that yes, this guy is certified? Only based on interview I cannot see that. So many organizations, they look for the certification. Like, okay, one guy who has lot of knowledge, lot of experience, like 5 years experience, but no certification after 5 years. Similarly, one guy is having 2 years experience, but he has the certification, means the definitely organization will prefer a certified engineer. Why? Because he learned that and he's certified with these exams. So these exams are no doubt they are cost, like this practitioner exam, $100, and this solution architect, it's $250. So like this, you can search. This may be changed. You can go and search on the Google. Every certification is the cost. Similarly, Cisco certification are cost. Azure certifications are cost. So certification is like a top up, like in your resume. It is like a top up, like in a Halim, you know that Halim will be the base, but Halim के ऊपर हम लोग क्या करते हैं, प्याज डालते हैं, हम लोग ड्राई फ्रूट्स डालते हैं, घी डालते हैं. So we give a top ups, like it looks feel good, के दिखने में अच्छा लगता हो, right? Similarly, the on your resume, if you have a certificate logo, certification logo, it will add more weightage to you, to your to you. So it will add you more weightage. So that's why the certifications are important. But but please listen very carefully. Not in the starting of the career. Okay, at your stage where you have 0 to 1 year experience, you are this is your first job, so they are not expecting a certification from you. Okay, but after 2 years, 3 years of experience, definitely certifications will add you more values. You will get a promotion, you will get an promoted to the various role based on the certification. But starting of the career, as per my understanding or as per my experience, I don't find certification will give any value. Okay, no doubt few organizations, like maybe they will look for the certificate, but at the starting as a fresher or 0 to 1 years, 0 to 2 years experience, so you can get a job without certification also. So first get a job, then go for the certification later. But many students, like outside GTIT program, they do a lot of mistake. Like they go to Amirpet, they learn the course, and then they do the certification. They spend lakhs of rupees and they prepare the resume, and no job. Similarly, here what we recommend, in the minimum amount, like let's just get the job first, and then let's go for the certification and the things later. So that is our proposal is. Okay. So don't be hurry for the certification now. No doubt certification will add you more value, but for the first job, certification is not mandatory. Remember. Okay. Next. Yeah. So with this, let me just take you to the Google. Okay. So let me show you how the AWS data center look like. AWS data center virtual tour. Oh, sorry, this one. Okay. So can you see this? If you just collect to see how the AWS data center look like, see, very high secure environment. No one can enter, only authorized people can go inside. See, all are dual power, high redundancy, 10 gig connectivity, and very secure environment outside city somewhere. See, this is how the AWS data centers are. Only authorized, even their own employees cannot be there more than 9 hours in a one day. So that's how their security is. So are we able to manage a data center in our office? No, we can't. That's why they build it and they are giving on rent. You can go and take a rent. Okay. So this is just an one example. Okay, now. So now what AWS has something called AWS region and availability zone. So this is one of the important concept. Okay. So you can just have, I'm just sending this link into the chat. You can uh, just go and look into this later. Also, this is one I'm putting into the chat. You can have a look later. Okay, now, so what is availability zone? And so now, see, we are looking towards the AWS, Amazon Web Services. Okay, so what they have, region and availability zone. These are the main two more main concept of the AWS. So what is region? So can you see this is the world? Okay, so now if you look at the North America, so see world map, South America, Middle East, Asia Pac, Asia Pacific means India will come here. Can you see here? Our great country here. Okay, so now, so in India, where see India come under Asia Pacific. So where the Amazon having their regions. So see, this is called the green signal called region. Like the region means Amazon has their data centers there. Okay, can you see in India we have a Mumbai region and we have Hyderabad region. And can you see when I click on Hyderabad, can you see you are seeing availability zone 3? It means in Hyderabad, region, Amazon has 3 data centers. Availability zone means data center, and 3 data center in different geographical locations within Hyderabad only. Similarly, in Mumbai, they have in Mumbai region they can you see this 3 availability zone. Similarly, if you go here next year, Beijing, Seoul, Osaka, Tokyo, Hong Kong, and can you see Thailand? The new region is coming. Malaysia coming soon. Singapore, they already have the region. Can you see region and the data center? See the region and they have given the list also in the Asia Pacific when it came. So in Hyderabad, if you remember, it came recently. See, launch in 2022. Okay, so 3 regions, like 3 data centers they have in Hyderabad region. Similarly, if you go to the see Asia Pacific, let's go to the Middle East. In Middle East, where they have, so in Tel Aviv, then Bahrain they have, and UAE they have available regions. So like they covered whole world actually. See, look at the Africa. Africa they have in Cape Town. Similarly, Australia and the New Zealand, they have 2 data centers, Sydney and Melbourne. Asia Pacific, we saw that. Africa, Middle East, Europe, London is there, Stockholm, Frankfurt, Zurich, Milan, Spain, Paris, London, Ireland. See, they have business available. Okay, so I'm coming back to this point, like why they have this many regions and availability zone. I'm coming back to that point. So now see here in North America, Canada, North Virginia. North Virginia is one of the most famous there, where they have 6 availability zone, and this is the default region. Okay. Similarly, US East, Ohio, US West, California, Oregon, and coming soon, what is this? Canada West. Canada East is there. So Canada Central is there. Canada West is coming. So what does that mean? It means, see, look at, just think about, they covered the world. In the world, everywhere. See, when I say Hyderabad region means they have like these 3 data centers, 3 availability zones they have. So what does this mean? So it means, like, let's suppose I have one shopping website. Okay. And shopping, not shopping website, let's say I have some business called pickle business, achar ka business hai. Okay. And what is my customer? Where is my customer? My company based out of Hyderabad. So achar, Canadian people to khane wale nahi hai, right? Or Australian people, they will not, or Chinese, or any European, don't you do you think that South America people, they will like the chili achar or pickle achar? No. So what is our targeted audience? Obviously Asia Pacific, right? In Asia Pacific, again, if suppose I am the small business, so definitely I will try to cover the India, right? So what I will do, my servers, my application, I will host into either Hyderabad region or Mumbai data center. So what will happen when I search that? So my speed will be increased. So my application will be within this country. Anyone can access that, but from the speed point of view, you will host your website, or you will host your application nearby um, region. So let's say any like Middle East company, like let's say one of the company, they have some rig or some what is called some oil and gas related organization. So obviously their business, they are targeting the Middle East only, where the oil refinement will be there. So they will be they will be using AWS region of the UAE to host their services, right? They will not use some another region, they will use. So it's for the flexibility of the customer, they covered entire world, and every place is a data centers available. You can choose anything. So that's the beauty of Amazon. And the similar pattern you will find the in Azure, means Microsoft also, they have their availability zone. Similarly, Google also, they have availability zone. So in the first in this lecture, I don't want to confuse you with showing so many vendors, but that's why I'm more specific to the AWS. Okay. So but you can just think about whoever providing the world, like worldwide business, means they must be having this type of, they covered the entire world like this. Okay. So now with this, so these are the 2 important things which are. So now with this, let's go back to uh, now how to access the cloud. That's a big question. Okay, before I move further, I will just stop my screen and I will let you ask some questions. किसी के कुछ questions है तो please ask. Any questions so far?
हेलो सर।
हाँ सर, बस बोलो.
सर ये राउट 53 यूज नहीं करते सर अपन?
करते.
मतलब राउट 53 का पर्टिकुलर यूजेज कहाँ करते हैं?
Route 53 is nothing but the DNS. DNS का replacement है वो. Like DNS used for usually what we do is IP to name conversion. We usually use Microsoft Server, right? where we give a public IP address and www whatever the name. So that the replacement of the DNS is Amazon, like AWS, they have their own service called Route 53, and they said like if you're using our service, then उसमें उनके सर्विस में फिर माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का डीएनएस सर्वर डालने की क्या जरूरत है? Then let's go and use our service. तो वहां पर Route 53 में you can take a domain, also you can give IP to name. So Route 53 is a replacement of the DNS server.
DNS service. Okay, sir.
Any more question? Is coding required to become cloud engineer? Yes, obviously. Coding is required, and in the cloud, like the infrastructure, like whatever. See, that's again very advanced level question you ask. So the first step is learning the cloud. Okay, not see for you I'm talking about. So for you, first get the job, get an experience for 1 year at least. Then but you can have some long term goal for yourself, that okay, next 3 years mein I want to move my career into the cloud. What I should do? 3 years के बाद का जो plan है, you see, you cannot, I'm telling you very frankly, you cannot get a job on the cloud today with this experience, with no experience. It's very difficult. Okay, why? Because I don't find any opportunity for the fresher. I don't find any opportunity. बहुत hardly जो सब कुछ college से campus से अगर कुछ अगर उठा लिए students को, so they may train and they may give. But whatever you learn, first get the job. Okay, get an experience. Okay, then the next thing is you should learn the Python. After some time, you should start learning the Python. And the cloud, whatever we see here, yet cloud is currently managed by the code. So that it is called infrastructure as a code. So infrastructure as a ओ बोलते हैं उसको infrastructure as a code. So ISC बोलते हैं उसको. ISC means infrastructure as a code. So all the cloud में हम जो भी करते हैं ना, everything manually नहीं करते. Everything will be run by the code, and the code name is called Terraform. So Terraform is the code we use. So the answer to your question is coding required to become a cloud engineer? So I would say yes, Python plus Terraform. So these are the two main codes which are used, and I'm using these two things to manage my clouds. Okay, so see, whatever we are learning today, whatever we are seeing today, this is your future, coming future. Okay, so that's why when you decided to move into the IT, so pull your socks and start learning hard. पहले तो job लेना है, अंदर जाना है, and once you get a job, then उसके बाद no need to ask anyone, कि आगे करना क्या है बोल के. किसी को पूछने की जरूरत नहीं. You know the career. Next 3 years आप जॉब मिलते ही नेक्स्ट डे से पढ़ना स्टार्ट करो. क्लाउड. Okay, I can show you few beautiful YouTube channels which I follow. Okay, let me share my screen back, because I learn a lot from these YouTube channels. See, but again, guys, I'm telling you, showing this channel means uh, don't start today itself. See, learning is no one will stop. You can start from today, but it's always good. So now I will show you. There is something called uh, technical Guftagu. This channel. So this channel is भूपेंद्र राजपूत. सो ही इज हिंदी में पढ़ाया बंदा, वो इतना जबरदस्त पढ़ाया है उसने कि AWS, Azure, everything he taught. So if you go to his playlist, always go to the playlist of any channel and look at here. देखो, DevOps. See, what is a DevOps? DevOps is nothing but combination of the cloud plus code. Yes, it's a various tools. ये सारे tools को मिला के एक profile बनती है, that is called DevOps. Okay, so can you see the for the cloud computing? 1 second. Can you see AWS Solution Architect? 102 lectures. 102 lectures. Google platform, GCP, 52. Similarly, he taught Azure also. कहाँ गया Azure? देखो Azure, Microsoft Azure, 36 videos. Excellent. हिंदी में पढ़ाया है बंदा वो, विथ लैब के साथ. और आप इसका एक लेक्चर सुनेंगे तो you'll become fan of him. Okay, that's the one thing. The next thing is the another one for you is Urdu IT Academy. ये चैनल्स को आप लोग सब्सक्राइब कर लेना and always use this for the your purpose. So Urdu IT Academy, ये एक बंदा है काशिफ इकबाल. So he is from UK. और ये बंदे ने जो सो जितने भी टेक्नोलॉजीज है, जितने भी ये सारे टेक्नोलॉजीज को उर्दू में जो सो एक जनरल लैंग्वेज, एक सादे लोगों के लिए जो सो उर्दू में उसने टेक्नोलॉजीज के वीडियोस रिकॉर्ड किए हैं. एनी टेक्नोलॉजी यू कैन फाइंड आउट, एनी टेक्नोलॉजी. सो लेट मी जस्ट शो यू. Okay, see, Android, HTML writing, website hosting, PMP, Fortinet, then go down CCNA, Microsoft Azure, see, Azure administration. उर्दू में पढ़ाया हुआ है, 21 videos. Programming, 33 videos. DevOps, Docker, 15 videos. Similarly, Checkpoint, ethical hacking, 17 videos. Can you see, पूरा complete किया है कोर्स उसने. एक बंदा नहीं है वो, उसके एक पूरा ग्रुप है एक. So Windows administration. Can you see जो ममशा सर का आपने पढ़े हैं अपने administrating Windows Server 2012 उर्दू में, and with the full practical. Web designing 18 videos. Can you see this? And cyber security, cyber, PFSense, Windows Server administration 10 videos. Come down, CCNA security. CCNA security, पूरा हर चीज है इसके अंदर, हर चीज. Everything here. See, CCNP also there. CCNP troubleshooting, CCNA, CISSP. This is one of the biggest security topic. CISSP सबसे बड़ा सर्टिफिकेशन रहता सिक्योरिटी में वो. जैसा CCI नेटवर्किंग में रहता, सिक्योरिटी में CISSP रहता. So CISSP also he trained 70 videos. Can you imagine one man? So देखो दुनिया में बहुत अच्छे अच्छे लोग हैं जो बहुत कुछ करते हैं दुनिया लोगों के लिए. So काशिफ इकबाल इज वन ऑफ द वन. लाइक वो बंदा अकेले ही स्टार्टेड, अब उसके साथ कई एक लोग उसके साथ जुड़ गए एंड दे एंड देयर ऑब्जेक्टिव इज दिस आर द नॉन कमर्शियल. सी लुक एट दिस, पूरा जो भी वीडियोस हैं एंड हिज ऑब्जेक्टिव इज, और आप इसका भी अगर कोई एक वीडियो सुनेंगे ना तो यू विल लव हिम. उर्दू में पढ़ाता है बंदा और हंसते खेलते अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाह बोल के स्टार्ट करता है एंड ही इधर उधर के बातें करता है, एंजॉय करता है, हंसते हंसते पढ़ाता है बंदा. सो कैन यू सी यूनिक्स, लाइनेक्स, आप जो ये लाइनेक्स पढ़े, MCITP 26 वीडियोस, ये सारे चीज अवेलेबल है. एंड व्हाट इज दिस चैनल नेम? उर्दू IT Academy, राइट? सो 2 channels I have shown you. There is one more channel. Next Gen iTutor. So usually I don't promote this channel क्योंकि ये मेरा खुद का चैनल है and I stop uploading videos there. But what I did is some 72 videos are here. So if you go to the playlist, so you will find you will find a CCNA complete course, advanced CCNA का एडवांस पढ़ाया हूँ मैं यहाँ पर, which covered CCNP के बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स कवर्ड करते हैं. Then network firewall, like firewall, if you have an interview कि भाई firewall पूछ रहा है तो you can just go and watch these videos. Okay, in the firewall there is something called Palo Alto firewall also. Then F5 बोल के it's a load balancer, and plus AWS के 32 वीडियोस हैं, एक एक वीडियो 2 घंटे का है. So ये video, it's not only AWS, it's I covered cloud security in that. So ये जो like this course was very huge one. But देखो पढ़ने के लिए बहुत चीजें हैं. So I have shown you 3 channels. So I'm not saying that के ये best है, but they all are best. Okay. So especially that Urdu IT Academy. इसको आप पकड़ के रखो. देखो पढ़ने के लिए हजार चीजें हैं. See, if I search something, you can find hundreds of pages here. But this is not a correct way. The correct way of learning on the YouTube is just go to the channel, go to the playlist. Okay. अब फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेरे को पढ़ना है, लेट्स से ऐसा नहीं है कि आज आज एक लेक्चर आज पढ़े, फिर 4 दिन के बाद दूसरा कोई लेक्चर पढ़े. नो, नॉट लाइक दैट. लेट्स से फॉर एग्जाम्पल योर विंडोज सर्वर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन और CCNA, या फिर कुछ आपको समझ में नहीं आया. सो लेट्स लुक इनटू दैट. वो चैनल को पकड़ो. ओके. एंड लेट्स से CCNA 3.0, प्ले ऑल. एंड ये जो वीडियोस है राइट साइड में, वॉच देम वन बाय वन. उसको नोट्स निकालो, उसके स्टॉप करो वीडियो को, पैरेलली प्रैक्टिस करो उसके साथ. दैट्स द करेक्ट वे. एंड अनटिल अनलेस ये पूरा कंप्लीट करे बाद ही दूसरा दिन. सो दिस इज द करेक्ट मेथड. ऐसा नहीं कि रैंडमली कुछ भी यूट्यूब पे उठाए और चेक कर लिए. नो. गॉट इट. सो दिस इज द अनदर thing which you need to learn. Okay. Any more question before I jump into? आपको मैं AWS और Azure का मैं पोर्टल बताना चाह रहा हूँ मैं. So I will try to host एक सैंपल भी बताऊंगा मैं कि how to create. Okay. So some chat में something I see. Sir, 1 second. Need desktop using AWS server because want 1 TB RAM, but my desktop only 4 GB. That's fine. Okay, that's a good question. That's a good question. Okay, see, to do a practice of AWS, to do the practice of the AWS, you no need to have के इतनी रैम होना, उतना सारा कुछ कोई जरूरत नहीं है, कोई चीज की जरूरत नहीं है. So I will just share my screen because AWS, it work on the browser. It work on the browser actually. Okay, so if you have even 2 GB RAM or 4 GB RAM also, your AWS will work perfectly because it work on the browser level. It is not work on your CPU utilization. Okay, so now the next thing is, first just a second guys. Okay, so how to access the cloud? So now let's say, now see how I am going to access the cloud. I will show you. See, this is my home. This is my laptop. And I have internet connectivity at home. That's it. These two things needed to access the cloud. And where is the AWS? AWS is here, publicly hosted. AWS cloud. Okay. So what you need to do is over the internet, you need to have AWS console access. AWS console access. Okay. So what you need to do first, you need to go and register or get an access to the AWS console. Then only from my laptop, I can able to go and host any, I can go and build a server into AWS. But the first thing is you need to create an account in the AWS. So how to create account? I will show you that. So first go to Google and just say AWS console. Okay. So, or you can say AWS console free tier account. And how to create the free tier account? I have one video also. I can share you into the group. So just go here. Okay, create a free account. Free means nothing is free, okay? So please be careful. Nothing is free. ये दुनिया में free कुछ नहीं मिलता. Okay, so root email address. So they are asking something. So let me give something. Okay, so you can just give your email address and account name. Let's say, okay, verify email address. So I just got an email verification. Let me see in my mobile. Just a second. कहाँ गया email. Verify code. Why it is not came? Is the email address correct? One second. Muhammad N031. Yeah, it's correct. Okay, resend the code. Let's see. strange. Oh, it not came. Okay, that's fine. So I was just wanted to show, okay. So what you need to do is see once you get verified it, right? So it will ask you for the like your address, your home detail, your mobile number and all authentication and all. It will also authenticate your mobile number. And once it is done, in the last page, it will ask you to put your credit card information. The credit card information, the word came, so वहां पर हम लोग क्या करते हैं, पीछे चले जाते हैं. Many student they don't create account. अरे credit card information ले रहा है इन्हें बोल के. Yes, obviously they will take a credit card information and they will reduce 1 rupees from your account. 1 rupees निकलता and immediately after you authorize 1 rupees वापिस आ जाता वो credit card में. So why they need your credit card information? Because, for example, you you build some instance here. आपको एक server बनाए here and you left it. So who is responsible for that? उसका power चल रहा है, उसका hard disk है, whether you are using or not, but their resources are getting used, right? Amazon के उनका power use हो रहा, उनका data center use हो रहा, so they may charge you back. That's why they need your credit card information there. So I have my account already logged in here. So once you log in, so you will find the Amazon console will be something like this. Okay. So in the right side, you will find your account number. So every account will have their own number, account number. And in the left side, you will find the regions. Can you see this? The region and availability zone I have shown you, right? See, so North Virginia and see these all regions, Mumbai region, Canada region. So you can see, you can just choose where you want, right? For example, if suppose I want to create one instance, so let me create one server. Okay, so I will show you how much time it will take. One Microsoft server I'm going to create. So what let me create in the Mumbai region. Okay, in the left side you will be having services. ये सारे services रहते हैं, so you can use these services. One second. Okay, so there will be a lot of service like machine learning, database, developer tool, end user computing. You can create the application and all, storage, security. See, all the platforms are here. Okay, so more famous service is something called EC2. EC2 means elastic computing. EC2. So elastic computing is something like here you can create your instances. Server को जो से instance बोलता. Okay, in AWS they call it as an instance. Okay, similarly the VPC. VPC is one of the service. VPC is nothing but the networking. It's like a routing. So can you see here? You know these terms: subnets, route table, gateway, elastic IP. Can you see NAT gateway, firewall, VPN? See, these all are all the networking part will be here, VPC. Okay, so by default, in Mumbai region, there is already, see what I did, I selected the Mumbai region. So see in AWS cloud, I selected Mumbai region. Okay, next is in Mumbai region, we have a 3 availability zone. We know that. So अब वो region को एक network देना पड़ता ना, एक ID देना पड़ता, 172.31.0.0/16 class B का subnet दिया हुआ है. So I have given it's already default 172.16.0.0/16. It's already given. Okay, next. It means ये पूरे network में whatever the IP addresses will be, it will be come from this subnet only. Okay, next what they have is under the VPC they create a subnets. So there are 3 availability zone and 3 subnets. See, by using a like they did a subnetting, it is just a bit advanced stuff to how to do the subnetting and all. So 409 and all. Can you see this? They created I mean, like subnetting is like dividing the big network into small network. So what they did, this is one data center, this is second data center, and this is the third one. Okay, so for each data center, they have given some subnet. So let's say 16.172 172.16.0.0/20. Okay, so it means this data center, okay, as I said, in Mumbai region, they have three availability zone. So availability zone is nothing but the data center. So I'm going to create a instance under this availability zone. मैं इसके अंदर एक server बनाने जा रहा हूँ मैं. Okay, so now if I go back to the EC2. Okay, if I go back to EC2. Okay, so do you see any running instance? No, there is no instance. So I will say launch instance. See, I'm building, I'm creating a server. I'm building a server into the cloud. So I will say my test, or I can say my Windows instance. Okay, now what they're saying next, go down. They're saying which operating system you want. You want to create Amazon Linux, you want to create Mac OS, Ubuntu, Windows hona hai, Red Hat hona hai, whatever the operating system. I want to take the Microsoft Windows. And can you see Windows currently Microsoft get 2022 version also available. So I will take 2019, like free tier. See, I'm using this free tier, but it's not a free because you, if you left the instance, see, if you create the instance for some time and delete it, no charges. But if you keep it, forget it, then there will be charges. Okay. Then the instance type. So there are many various instance type, like free eligible I will take. Then I need to create a key. So I will say uh, mm, my server
लिखो 1 2 3
my server key. So I just created one key. We will use that key in some time. Then after this, if you go down, network setting. So this is the place I need to use. So it is saying this instance will be under this VPC, which is nothing but a Mumbai region. Then which subnet? So there are three data centers. So कौन से data center में आपको चाहिए? So what I said, I will say, so they have AP South data center A, B, and C. I want to use it into the A. So my IP address will be 172.31.32.0 के अंडर में आएगा अब मेरा IP address. Okay. So I will choose this one. Public IP. Do you want the public IP? Yes, I want the public IP address because I want to access that. Then security. Security is very important because you need to otherwise if you put any right, so your server will be accessible from anywhere. So I will say my SG, my security group, and I'm just enabling RDP, and I don't want anywhere it access. It should be accessed from my IP. And can you see this? My IP means see 103.48.60. This is my public IP address. And if I go here and if I show you what is my public IP. Can you see this 103 ये मेरा public IP address है. For you, it will be something else. So now what I have shown this one, right? When I'm creating this instance, right? ये server को only only from this public IP can access. If I put anywhere, right, आप भी कर सकते हैं इसको RDP, but which is very dangerous. So I have, with the security I have given that only from my server I can access this. Okay, that's good. Now the next is storage. How much storage you want? You can store unlimited storage, unlimited. But what is saying? Free tier 30 GB तक it's free. Apart from that, it's you can add n number of volume. Like आप C drive, D drive, E drive ऐसे कितने भी drive बना सकते हैं इसके अंदर. Okay, so this a number of instance कितने चाहिए? One चाहिए, two चाहिए. So I will say one instance only. That's it, and just launch the instance. Here we go. Your instance is on the flow. Your server is getting created now. If I go back to the instance now, it will take hardly it will take 5 minutes. So currently it is showing pending, right? So slowly it will initialize and it will get, then you will be able to access your server immediately from your machine itself. And can you see you got an IP address, private IP address मिल गया आपको 172.31.35.60, and you got public IP address also. Public IP address means you can access this from your machine. Your आपके public IP से आप access कर सकते हैं इसको. So now if you look at here, it's showing running now, and the status is showing initialize. Initialize means it's initializing. Okay. So after some time when it come as a green 2x2 बोल के check mark आता 2x2, then you can go and access your server. So hardly it will take 5 to 10 minutes. Within 5 minutes में जो सबका ready हो जाता है. So meanwhile, till this come, we will look into some another services. So AWS, it's all about service. See, whatever I am doing, I'm not using any virtualization, कुछ मेरा system का कुछ, everything is on browser. AWS console handle करना means AWS में how I logged in. See, just look at from my laptop. I have an internet. I created a AWS console access. Okay, and I authenticated to me, and then I choose the Mumbai region, and in the Mumbai region I'm using this. So what I do, see, from my machine only, from this browser only, I'm creating the instance here itself. यहीं पर बना रहा हूं. It's not using any resources of my machine. It's just a browser. So there is, the answer to your question is there is no requirement. Only thing is you need some good browser. That's it. Windows 10 raha, 11 raha, so that's it. Fine. So it will take some time. Meanwhile, if you just go and आप क्या कर सकते हैं इसको, like you can look into this instance setting monitoring में check करेंगे. So get a screenshot how it look like. Can you see this? You must have know this page. Server में जो generally ये page आता, right? So if I go back, it's almost there. It's almost look like done. Here we go. See, our server is ready. 2x2 check means pass. It's done. So I need to connect to this server from my laptop. Okay. So the first thing, I need a password, right? So I will say connect RDP client. So first I will download this RDP client. Okay. Next, for the RDP client, I need a password. What it is saying? भाई आपका administrator is the username, but get the password. When I get the password, oh, they are asking us to wait for 5 minutes, 4 minutes. अपनी स्पीड में चले तो कैसा होगा भाई? They are saying please wait. अभी तो इंस्टॉल करें, अभी लॉगिन करना चाह रहे, रुक जाओ जरा 2 मिनट रुको, बोल रहा हूँ. So just wait and few minutes के बाद चेक करेंगे. RDP client. Decrypt. So in the starting, if you remember, I just created one key, right? My private key something. So that key I need to provide and fetch the password. Password mil gaya, that's it. I can able to access. So now see what happen is if I look into this, say this is the public IP address. So my instance got created where? Here. And the public IP of this instance is this one. Browser जरा सता रहा है मेरा. Okay, so 15.207, this is the public IP address, right? And my public IP address is this one. 17 dot something, 130 dot something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to from my internet, I'm going to access this server over the public IP address. अब मैं ऐसा इसको लॉगिन करूंगा इस सर्वर पर. Okay, let's go and check. Okay, हो को जाना चाहिए. Connect RDP client, get password. Okay, now see, it is asking please provide my server key. ये जो server key है इसको देना है. Just go here, download. Okay, this is the one today. Just select, open. Then decrypt password. So here we go. So we got our password. देखो आपको password मिल गया, username ये है, and public DNS like आपका RDP. So you can just download I already downloaded. So I can just go and my Windows. Just click on it, connect. Administrator is there, just put the password. Here we go. Now I am connecting to my newly built Microsoft 2019 server, which is in Amazon hosted. So अब आपको Microsoft सर्वर बिल्ड करने की जरूरत है, जैसे PSF के ऑफिस में आके वहां पे बिल्ड करने की जरूरत. यू कैन build your server and you can do all the Active Directory configuration and all everything you can build there. Here we go. I'm into where I'm into the server. Go to the server manager. You guys already know that how to manage this server. Add role, add feature. That's it. From here, you know, like Mamsha sir आपको already पढ़ाए हैं, like how to build the Active Directory and all. सर पहले इसका डोमेन बनाना है, एक्टिव डायरेक्टरी बनाना, देन यू कैन यूज द सर्विसेज. That's it. And where I'm doing it, this server is on AWS cloud. So do you find any difference? कुछ डिफरेंस दिख रहा है कि भाई AWS में है कि ऑन प्रेम में है? So it's all matter of just a connectivity. What is the cloud means? It's just matter of the connectivity, how you connect it, how you spin up that server. Okay. So with this, 1 second. Yeah. So like this, you can build the instances. So hundreds and thousands of server I can build. See, मेरे को ये सर्वर बनाने के लिए ना मेरे को कहीं शॉप पे जाना पड़ा, ना किसी का अप्रूवल लेना पड़ा, ना ना उसको केबलिंग करना पड़ा मुझे, ना सीडी डालनी पड़ी उसके अंदर. नथिंग. एवरीथिंग इज हैपन विद इन AWS ओनली, और मुंबई रीजन में एक सर्वर बना दिया हमने. So how I created like this, I can create. So cloud administrator का काम ये रहता है कि they manage all these servers into the cloud. So learning AWS means you need to learn how to create. अभी मैं जैसे create किया, so ऐसे ही बहुत सारी चीजें create करना पड़ता. And DevOps means all these things need to be done from the Terraform code. How the Terraform code look like, I will show you. So we manage all these services infrastructure from the code. So this is the high end of the technology. Okay. So if I go here, Terraform, let's say Terraform. So, okay, see here we provide the AWS region key, and we can create the VPC here. Similarly, we can create like with the code, with this code. See, with the code we can, whatever I did manually. See, there are two things. Just now I created that instance manually. Manually means मैं ये GUI में गया and I selected ये select करना है, ये select करना है. But managing those things from code means you need to write down those steps here. आपको कौन सा सबनेट होना है, कौन सा इंस्टेंस होना है, कौन सा whatever you need to provide. So this is called a Terraform, and from here you need to push the code. So आप यहाँ से push करेंगे, so automatically यहाँ पर आ जाएंगे. So this is called a DevOps profile. Right? So I can go and terminate this instance. तो अब मैं टर्मिनेट कर दूंगा तो मेरे को कुछ चार्जेस नहीं आएंगे इसके कुछ भी. That's it. How I build? Similarly, I destroyed it. Gone. So that's the beauty of AWS or any cloud thing is pay as you go. आप जितना यूज करेंगे, सिर्फ 2 घंटे के लिए यूज करो दिन में, so 2 घंटे के चार्ज लगेंगे आपको. Okay? So guys, exactly the same way Azure का cloud है, exactly the same way Google cloud है. Okay? So I think that's whatever we talk today, that is more than enough to as a cloud essential. उसमें you understand started from the data center comparatively, then उसके बाद cloud में providers कौन से हैं, then cloud के services कौन से हैं, SaaS, PaaS on IaaS, then cloud के providers में Amazon, Azure and Google. Then इसके बाद then in Amazon what are the services, right? Then how to like what is the advantages of the Amazon. Then in Amazon we saw that there are the regions and the availability zones. Okay, then what are the things available there? They have a world-class customer and all. Then how to get an console access leke, then you can create the instance. So this all covered into it. So ये just एक see essential means what, एक झलकी है आपको, एक झलक है ये क्लाउड की. क्लाउड अभी बहुत दूर जाना है आप लोगों को. ओके, बट दैट इज ऑल लाइक इनफ. एंड अब आप इसमें जितना पढ़ेंगे उतना कम है. एज आई सेड, जो जो चैनल्स बताया मैं आप लोगों को, उसको फॉलो करो, उसमें बहुत है उसके अंदर पढ़ने के लिए. बट माई हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट टू एवरीवन इज, अभी इससे ज्यादा ये GTIT कोर्स के बाद इससे ज्यादा इमीडिएटली पढ़ने की कोशिश मत करो. You have computer hardware, networking, Microsoft server, Linux server, CCNA, ये बहुत इनफ है. ये इसके ऊपर इमीडिएटली पहले जॉब ले लो, उसके बाद जो सब पढ़ो. Okay, so that's it. And I will update further things in the group. And yeah, any questions before we wrap up the session? कुछ क्वेश्चन है किसी के? Okay, fine. So 15th बैच का अपना सेरेमनी अपन आई विल अपडेट इनटू द ग्रुप, ठीक है? देखते हैं, लेट्स सी। एंड मे बी कुछ ममता सर के लेक्चर भी हैं, आई थिंक एडमिन विल कोऑर्डिनेट विथ हिम एंड ही विल अपडेट यू, and let's connect into the group. So thanks everyone for joining this session, and I hope it was informative for you, and you might have learned something. So let's connect offline.